Hey, Bert Middleton with you one more time, powderskiingcolorado.com, and this time we're over at Durango Mountain Resort, which used to be called Purgatory. And I have actually been to Durango a lot of times because I used to get free tickets off of my Taos Pass, so for many years we went up there several times a year, and I have a friend who lives there, and he's lived in Durango forever, and he works at the mountain sometimes, and we skied all over the place. He knows everybody, and he knows every inch of the whole mountain. So he drug us all around, back and forth, all the way across this hill. You can go back and forth a million times. It's this sort of a long, spread out kind of an affair where you actually start out right down here in this little area down here. The highway comes up from Durango, and let's talk about that for a minute, because Durango is just kind of a straight shot up here. It's, I don't know, maybe 15 miles or something like that. But the town of Durango, because the college is there, Fort Lewis College, man, that is one really fun town. Everybody's real outdoorsy. The Animas River runs right through the middle of it, and so there's lots of rafting and summertime stuff and biking. There's incredible mountain biking, unbelievable mountain biking. So anyway, Durango's a really fun place in and of itself. So let's get back to the mountain here. So you kind of start out, you drive up, you park, you get on either like chair 6 or chair 1. Chair 1's kind of like the old chair, if I remember that correctly, and chair 6 is, maybe I've got that backwards. I think chair 1 is this big monster 6-seater, and it takes you up here. And while we're on this side of the mountain, let's just talk about that, because I remember one time I was there and it had snowed 40 inches. It was unbelievable. And this run right here, Sticks, oh my God, it was really cool. It kind of flattens out and steepens up and flattens out and steepens up, and then somewhere along this whole face here, all the way across of these runs, there's a huge kind of a drop. But you know, we came flying down that deep snow, got cut up pretty fast because Durango's a pretty popular place. But also, what's a lot of fun is this whole Paradise Park. You can just come screaming through that whole thing. And then Lower Hades gets real steep. I think that's the thing I was talking about right there. It's kind of this big kind of a drop, so be careful. You can fly right off that thing. As you can fly off of all kinds of stuff. You can be zooming along all of these greens and blues, and all of a sudden, just, man, the ground is gone. You just roll over these things and whoosh, you're way out there. But yeah, this whole Paradise Park. There's another kind of a terrain park. You know, I'm not that into terrain parks, but you know, there's a whole terrain park going on right there. But here's the thing. You know, you start out down here, and they got a cool little base area, lots of stuff going on down there. Great kind of a beach scene, really cool bar where you drag your chairs out onto the snow, and it's right off of the bottom of the lift, and the music's playing and the sun's shining, and it's really cool. Really cool. So, but you have to take this chair up, and then the weird thing about it is the really other good part of the mountain is way over here on chair 8. So you get off these lifts and you gotta kind of make your way kind of up and down across like this number 2 lift, and then this number 3 lift, and then the number 5 lift. You know, you can kind of make it from number 3 all the way over there if you want to. But getting into this Paul's Park right here, lots of trees, and been there on some days when there was really good snow, so all of these trees were unbelievable. And then you come down this whole Blackburn Bash, and you kind of make your way through here. You can weave in and out of these trees and on all of those runs. And then there's like a loading station, but this last part from here down to here is really steep, and it can be a lot of fun. In the springtime, the bumps were unbelievable. Really, really good bump skiing. So, you know, we're talking skiing. Probably doesn't do much for you snowboarders, but anyway, big wide open mountain, lots of zoom and groom. You know, you can just haul ass all over the place. It's really, really cool. But what I want to make it over there for, that I was going to do one year and it never happened, is somewhere, I don't know where they take off from, but you know, they kind of cut across here and up this other side. They have a really popular, a really highly spoken of snowcat skiing operation that I want to make it to. So I hope that helps. Like I said, I've been here lots of times and I've had so much fun on this mountain and in town and just hanging out and skiing hard in the springtime, in the wintertime, deep snow, bumps, spring skiing, hanging out at this little bar down here, listening to music, drinking beer, and then hanging out in town where it's just one hell of a party scene. So it's all good. And I hope that helps. If you've been there and you had a good time or you didn't have a good time or whatever, just let us know, come back, leave a comment, and that way we can make sure everybody knows what's going on. So thanks a lot.